I made a mistake and I want to talk about it so that we can all learn from it. If you've been following me for a while, you might remember that last fall I posted about how I was taking months off of exercise in order to recover from amenorrhea, which is the absence of a period for more than 3 months. After 3 months off of exercise, I was able to recover my period and I started to incorporate some very low intensity dumbbell weightlifting sessions and some power yoga sessions. And then after 4 months of continuing to get my period consistently, I decided to start running again, very slowly, and not for long periods of time the way that I used to run for long periods of time, but definitely enough to get my heart rate up and challenge myself. And oh my goodness, at first it was very much a challenge. After so many months off of exercise, running was very, very hard. But after about 5 runs, I would say, I started to feel myself getting stronger and started to remember why at one point I loved running. However, like many people who have struggled with amenorrhea in their life, I apparently have a high sensitivity to changes in my exertion levels in my exercise routine because I did miss my period last week after about 4 months of 1 to 2 short runs a week. I'm feeling very frustrated for many, many different reasons. I know you might be thinking, why are you getting emotional about not being able to run? I wish someone would tell me that I couldn't run. I wish that running was bad for my health, but that's exactly why this is not a challenge for you in your life, and this is a challenge for me in my life as someone who loves to run and loves to push myself athletically. It's really frustrating for me to not be able to move my body in all the ways that I want to move my body, and it's really hard to remind myself that although I can see and feel my muscles weakening, and although I know exactly what I could do to prevent that from happening, those actions would be more detrimental to my health than they would be helpful. It's really hard to block out the noise of the world that tells me what health should look like, what health means, when only my body knows what health means for me in my life. It's very, very frustrating, and it's very, very hard. But I have a choice to make. I can either strengthen my relationship with myself right now by listening to my body and trusting that my body knows what is best for me, or I can take 10 steps back and I can dissociate from my body the way that I did for many, many years, and I can ignore my body's cues the way that I did for many, many years and push myself past my limits the way that I did for many, many years. When I frame it in this way, there's really only one choice, although that choice is difficult. It is a difficult choice to make every single day, to trust myself and listen to myself despite what the world is telling me. It's not an easy thing to do. And although I am so committed to making this choice every single day, there are times where I grieve that version of myself that didn't have to feel this type of discomfort, that got to move her body in all of these different ways without thinking twice about how it would affect her menstrual health. Of course, I don't actually want to go back to that time because I am healthier now, but again, it's hard. I made a mistake. I pushed myself a little bit too hard without realizing, but now I get to adjust and move forward, show myself compassion, and continue to strengthen my relationship with my body.